After a successful general elections, the next phase is the transition level for our new government that will take over and, of course, chart the course political economy. At the budget organized discourse on the political economy of Nigeria, stakeholders discussed the prospects for the incoming government to move the economy forward. But this started first with a keynote by the Director General of the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, Dr. Yemi Kale, who gave an overview on Nigeria's GDP and some key issues to note.
For the sake of simplicity, let's assume we have an economy made up of two groups of economic agents, firms and households, two types of markets, factor markets and product markets. Now, firms make goods and services, and households, as we know, own these factors of production and consume part of the goods made by the firms. Firms demand factors of production, for instance, capital, labor, land, which forms part of their cost of production from the households, who are, again, are the owners of these factors of production, and who, on the other hand, supply them to the firms in exchange for payments.
Highlight of the event was the panel session looking at the economic situation in the country. It had seasoned analysts speaking on how Nigeria can move forward and begin to tackle the critical issues, particularly giving some clear advice to the incoming government.
How many people want change? We raise our hands. How many people want to change? Because when you want to change, you will have to change your sources of income, the leakages of which you are a beneficiary of, the corruption of which you are also a beneficiary of yourself. And that is the most difficult thing. And one of the challenges we've had is that we've always taken this political approach, but guess what? There's also the social element approach of it. In your family homes, they tell you that, what have you done in Lagos? And then you have to go back and account for it. If you don't have a car, you're not successful. It's a whole lot of change, but it won't happen. But the simple ones, the low-hanging fruit, duty waivers, all those funny little things that are what we call democratization of corruption. We can deal with that. The big elephant however in the room is that the concept of the federation as it is structured is not meant to allow you to develop so fast. Look, we're a nation of quick fixes, immediate results. But here's the good news. It ain't happening anytime soon.
Those street traders pay taxes daily. Very high rates of tax. The market woman in the small stores in those markets pay official fees to the local government, which are very low for renting those stores, and then pay daily to the local government chairman through some talks. Everybody pays extortionate taxes and charges. Even in our businesses, we pay for radio and television license, we pay for this, we pay for that. So there's a vast structure of corrupt payments. So for that taxi driver, the NURTW is a government. It taxes millions of people, and the chairman of the NURTW is a political institution, and they tax a revenue institution. So we have that vast network.
Dr. Yemi Kale and, of course, Mr. Oluseun Onigbinde Team Lead of BudgiT speak further on the essence of this forum and what needs to be done more to improve Nigeria's political economic situation.
Last time we did a proper structuring of audit of our economic structure was over 2 decades ago. All the rebasing was basically to go and recapture what has been going on in the last 2 decades. And we found that whereas in the 1990s, 3 sectors contributed 70% of our GDP, 20 years after, because we were not effectively capturing, we realized that that same 70% was covered by 6 sectors. So that means that diversification basically means that more activities are contributing more to overall GDP than previously thought.
So in the next 2 weeks, after we will review the entire tape, we'll bring out all the recommendations, we'll document that properly, and we'll meet up with the Vice President-elect in Lagos or in Abuja, and to formally present this. We also are friends to some members of the committee, of the APC Transition Committee, so we'll also send them copies of the final recommendations from this document. What we have basically done here is part of the agitations that we have been making in the last 4 years, which is around cut the cost of governance, which is around making government more efficient, which is around plug the loopholes and the challenges, expand the tax bracket. These are the key things we have been discussing in the last 3 or 4 years with the administration of President Goodluck Jonathan. Now that we have a new administration that's campaigning on the banner of change, which comes with a strong burden, our question is, how do we continuously raise this into the issues in their mind? So, as a civic organization with a lot of following on social media, with a lot of following on offline platforms, with a lot of respect within the civil society organizations, we will ensure that we continue to hold government accountable and ensure that they fulfill their promises and we have a better and more efficient society.
BudgiT has created a platform for engagement from the social media, but brought it to another formal level to engage Nigerians on what needs to be done in the political economy, considering the fact that we need to raise more funds as a government to tackle the issues in the social sectors. We just hope that government will take the recommendations from here as part of its plan for moving the Nigerian economy forward.